off top. So the Jets are on track for 0 interceptions all season long. As a DB, it makes me sick. It will be the first time that that's ever happened. They've already set the record for most consecutive games with 15 with no interceptions. Play the music.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.
Welcome to the Domonique Foxworth Show. We got a treat. We got Bomani Jones joining us. Charlie can't wipe the smile off his face. He also couldn't be bothered to be here on time, but I'm happy that he's here now and more happy that Bomani is joining us.
Yeah, Charlie's smiling because he can't believe he got me to do this. To be honest with you, neither can I.
That's
caught you at the right time.
I don't even know if you caught me at the right time. I'm not exactly sure the set of circumstances that got me doing your show when I wouldn't even do my show. Though if I was trying to do my show today, I'd have to do it myself because I assure you, Ryan, I don't know what would have to happen in sports for Ryan to show up to do an emergency version of this.
Well, my guy Charlie. I mean, I'm not gonna take shots at Ryan. I like Ryan too, but I mean, Charlie's a worker, man.
Look, y'all a football show. That's what it comes down to. But like, hey man, here's the thing. Once you say ain't no show, ain't no show.
That ain't us. I mean, it was I did suspect that it would get anybody's attention as much as it got mine, but the 0 interception thing for the Jets thing is kind of insane. And I was reading the article, and they got 2 drop picks on the season.
That's all just 2?
I know. And apparently like 37, 40 pass breakups. So they get into the ball, just can't catch it.
Their coach was an excellent defensive back.
It's like some sort of curse. I don't know how you managed to not catch a tip or overthrow.
Let me tell you, man, I don't be rooting for people to get fired, but if they did fire Aaron Glenn, you know, I got a set of things I'm already ready to say about firing a brother after after 1 year. However, no interceptions and you were the DB coach. What I'm supposed to say?
Yeah.
How I'm supposed to help you?
We gotta go back to like where you had to pick. Like I'm sure you've heard all the stories about like they had to choose the right person to be the Rosa Parks of the situation.
Yes.
Like we not messing with, what was it, Coletta, right? That was, what? Am I forgetting, messing up my history? Who was the first? There was like a whole story about the first woman who did the bus thing.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. She ain't even make it over here, dog. Rosa Parks. Okay. Rosa Parks run the game. Like whoever that other woman was, bless your heart, rest in peace. But I ain't even bothered to memorize that.
Well, I was gonna say that to say that is who Aaron Glenn might be if they get him up out of here. It's like, nah, we gonna have to find somebody else to cape for because Aaron Glenn can't get no picks or no points. It's not gonna work out. They did get a 100-yard rush or 1,000-yard rusher this year. Congratulations, run the ball.
Great, well done.
And that guy will not be on the team next year, which is one of the great ironies of it. I mean, this is for the Jets thing. It was 2 years ago they had DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner playing at an all-pro level.
Well, to be fair, Sauce Gardner wasn't picking off no passes neither.
Yeah,
that's true.
Now he over there in Indianapolis making excuses.
Claudette Colvin.
They don't throw the ball as
That
wide.
was her name. Claudette Colvin.
Claudette. Okay, I had to do the Google. All right, so what we're going to do in this episode, well, obviously, we're mostly going to riff. We're going to mostly hang out with you and be your friends over this holiday break if you choose to listen to us. But we do have...
Hold on, right fast. When did you come up with this idea, by the way? Because you only asked me about it an hour ago.
So 3 minutes ago is when Charlie came up with this idea.
Oh, so y'all don't even have no... Okay, I see what's happening here. It's kind of funny based on the conversation we had just before then that I will not get into the details of.
That's right. That's right. Those conversations should remain off air.
I don't really like how I'm on the outside of the inside jokes on my own damn show.
No, don't you worry, brother. I'm about to tell you right now, and you're going to be like, oh, okay.
All right, Charlie, go ahead. I can read his text messages while you say.
We're going to do New Year's resolutions for all of these NFL teams, careening towards the playoffs for next year.
Just got the text.
Oh, man. That ain't me. That's him. That ain't me.
Look, brother. If there's anybody who does not have to ask me nice to do their show for free.
Oh, yeah.
It would be you.
And I wouldn't ask you. Like I'm just gonna go out here and thug it out alone. Charlie and Charlie have a conversation. He's like, all right, Bo said he do it. I was like, oh, that's great. This show will be a lot better now.
You know, I'm always here for you as these other
It's right place, right time. Keep the conversation going. You never know when you'll be able to get Bomani Jones on your show, on your program.
I love, by the way, just right fast, that I have definitely set the tone that make people think twice before they ask. Like I have absolutely, I have created an aura around me that is perfect, where you guys who know me know I'm actually fairly lovable, but don't everybody need to know that.
And this was our day. We both breathed a sigh of relief when we found out that Nikola Jokic had functional knee ligaments. So we had to discuss it. Before I moseyed over to be like, please, sir, do my podcast.
Oh, so it was a plan. Okay, let's get to the riffing part that you were talking about before I realized I got hit with the doke.
New Year's resolutions for NFL teams, which is as sports radio shticky as it can be, but I think we can do some funny ones. We can do some serious ones. We can talk about all of these teams quickly. And then you guys, I'll pitch a resolution. You guys stop down on what you want to do talking about it. And quite frankly, we can start with the AFC East and we can do a quick one. I'll start with the Jets before we get to the top of the division. Their New Year's resolution: keep up the good work and circle back for the vaunted 2027 draft. You guys control the board with four NFL draft picks, and this might not be the year where you end up with your guy. Don't do anything dumb. Don't go all in. Don't be the Raiders. Just keep doing what you're doing.
What is this good work that they need to keep up?
It's what you would say is immoral work.
Oh, you encouraging people to stink on purpose? Nah.
Exactly right.
Well, hold on. Are we sure they're stinking on purpose? Like, I know they made those trades, right? But they stung before them too.
That's fair. Yeah, they always stink. It's no solution for what the Jets are doing until it seems like the ownership handover at some point they'll figure this thing out.
Hold on. I do think this though, right? I think there's room to turn this resolution, which is in terms that both Domonique and I find to be offensive and anti-labor. But also, like, get it to the place where I think Charlie is going. Because I think the point that you're making is the quarterback ain't in this draft.
Right. It's not here.
Right? It's not here. And I got to be honest with you. If Fernando Mendoza's name was Frank Miller, I'm not sure that we would be saying this in the ways that we are, right? Like, and if he didn't go to Indiana, like if we took the same dude, gave him a different name, put him somewhere else, maybe we'd see it differently. But at the same time, as things stands right now, as long as he's wearing an Indiana suit, I still don't see it either. Every team that needs a quarterback is in a bind, right? Yeah. But can the Jets find the one team that really, well, look at the Miami Dolphins. Ugh. Miami, the home of, it's Fernando Mendoza, right? Because I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I've called him Francisco a few times. But Fernando Mendoza, Miami, they need a little something.
I hear that the Dante Moore guy from Oregon, people are trying. Like, I haven't started watching college tape yet. I'll do that when the NFL is over. But people are talking about Dante Moore at Oregon, his athleticism and his ability. So maybe he's the guy. So the problem is with Charlie's advice is don't nobody really know. So like you mess around and wait for the draft. Like we thought this draft was supposed to be good with quarterback. Like I get it. You want to make sure you wait for the right draft, but you never really know. Don't nobody really know. They get it wrong all the time. Then occasionally they get it right for the wrong reasons.
But Arch is going to be in the draft next year, and he's starting to catch up to what they had been saying.
I stopped watching after week 1.
So it's so unfair to Arch. Arch barely, like, just because they was tripping, nobody came back to Arch. Our guy Nate Tice say Arch is that dude, and I be trusting Nate Tice when he talks, but me and him are also still on the Anthony Richardson boat.
It's true. Me as well. But the thing is, with the 27 draft, it's any of those touted quarterbacks if they totally pop. If it's Lagway, if it's Raiola, if it's Sellers, if it's Manning, like one of those guys, you're just playing that plus the Jeremiah Smiths, Ryan Williamses of the world.
That's a serious boom bust collection of players.
Yes, it is.
That we have talked about there. Like you're betting on the idea that DJ Lagway has simply been neglected. Mm-hmm. Sellers, Florida. Another one where Nate Tice says the Sellers tape is actually way better than he gets credit for. Though I love Nate, and Nate and I have one thing in common, which is our shared love for Dante Culpepper. And so I think any Sellers, Anthony Richardson type, like hits him right in the sweetest spaces, and me too, just so we're clear. Who the other ones you said?
Raiola.
Hey. So the problem with him is, I know I'm not the first person to make this joke, but isn't he about to tear his ACL?
Distinctly. I mean, he broke his ankle this year. He missed the end of the year.
Oh, okay. So Mahomes is trying to get like him this time as opposed to the other way around. Man, I'm telling you, boy, there's a whole generation of daddies. Can't believe, like, of all the, usually when your son want to be a black dude, it ain't one that seems as familiar as Patrick Mahomes, right? Like you would think that he was trying to be Michael Vick. Or perhaps, what's that dude's name? Snoop Doggy Dogg.
What's that dude's name? Snoop Doggy Dogg. Did you forget Snoop's name?
No, I was struggling to think of a properly stereotypical enough rapper. And I need to buy myself a little bit of time.
Gotcha.
By the way, I should also mention people do like Julian Sayin. We'll learn more about him from the playoff this year, and he's a true sophomore as well, or a redshirt freshman.
Yo, I feel like he's kind of like trying to evaluate Matt Leinart was. We're like, hey, but you're surrounded by beasts.
It's true. Oh, it's that Ohio State. I mean, look who he's throwing to. He is throwing to the best college receiver in a long time.
When you brought up the Snoop Dogg thing, I started thinking of like a more accurate example that it happens often when I'm talking to you. I'm reminded of how dumb I was when I was young and how the older people knew better. Because it's like, I remember thinking like all the music that I was listening to, whatever, they overreacted. Now it's like NBA young boy, like, y'all kids, y'all need to relax with this nonsense, man. y'all need to chill out. Like, it ain't good for you, all that violence and misogyny. Like, you just relax.
Imagine if they dropped Allen Iverson off on us right now.
Oh, I'd be so upset. I would be telling him to pull his pants up right now.
Well, also it'd be like, so y'all really don't think he was at the bowling alley, huh? Okay. All right. Yeah, no, he wasn't there.
Charlie, you said that was gonna be fast. All right, sorry.
That's on you, not me.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't hand up accountability to me.
I said sorry about that.
Yeah,
I am accountable.
I just want to know, Bo, have you seen the Fernando Mendoza press conferences before we move on?
Oh gosh,
I've just seen him say all the right things like on the field after games.
I'm so flippin' happy. Our team's like glue.
Hey man, we need one. You always need one of those. You know what I mean?
He might be. He's the heir to Kirk.
Well, hold on. I will say this though. It is interesting that is his personality, because normally when you have a team that has not been good at football for very long, and then they suddenly get good, it is not because they add guys who say flipping. It is because they have rolled the dice that they can get through these 13, 14 games without anybody going to jail.
Are you saying that you think that Diego Pavia's personality should be in Fernando Mendoza's body and vice versa?
The problem is you can't get Diego Pavia's personality in Fernando Mendoza's body, because that personality can be no taller than 5'9".
That's a good point.
And Pavia, that team was a team that came out of nowhere. I know you think that Vanderbilt is a power, but
no. I'm just saying like that it should be. I mean, I don't know. The little scrappy dude should be acting like Rudy, not Fernando Mendoza. From what I've gathered about the house that he grew up in, this was the only outcome it had to be. That boy had to be nice with his hands. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Next one, Patriots. New Year's resolution. Get aggressive with Drake May's rookie contract. We've seen this go. It's good for some teams, but they have a lot of cap space. It's mixed results for the Texans, who seem like they're on the other side of it. It's not gone well for the Commanders, but you have the presumptive NFL MVP. You have the coach in place. You spent effectively this offseason on the Milton Williams contracts, et cetera, et cetera. Get aggressive. Try and dominate that division and win a Super Bowl with Drake May.
So you're saying come for Josh Allen is what we're saying here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right. If you're going to do it, now's the time. Haven't they just had to give James Cook his money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last offseason.
I would advise against being aggressive just for the sake of aggressive. And you mentioned the team right here in Washington, D.C. Like, you can miss that window. I get the idea. The concept sounds great. You want to do it right now when it's not that expensive to play the quarterback. However, you can spend a lot of money and still have an old bad defense, which could be a problem. But I mean, their coach seems to be on top of things, and he has more front office pull than he had at his old place. Like, I would trust those decision makers, but got to stop the run. Get some more D tackles. You never have enough D tackles.
Can I pair this with my next resolution then? Because it's with the Bills. Be a better spouse. You won the lottery by marrying Josh Allen. Go all in one of these years. Don't enough Keon Coleman's shavers. Like, Dawson's, Dalton's. I don't know what other white tight ends they could find. But you don't know how many more seasons you got with Josh Allen like this. You just don't.
You talking the last name tight ends?
Not Dalton and Dawson.
All they tight ends. Every white tight end in the NFL now is a last name. Every single one of them sound like they could play quarterback for Georgia or belong as members of one of two fraternities. Domonique doesn't know the two, but Charlie does.
Yeah, sure do.
I have no idea. I don't. Actually, I'm just realizing that I don't think I know any. I went to a white school, but I don't know the names of any white fraternities.
I only know the two because they the two that be in the news.
Oh, they be out here. They be hazing.
Oh, well, it's not so much hazing as much as their roots.
Oh, okay.
We couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those two.
They call it the War of Northern Aggression.
Yeah,
that's that type of fraternity.
Yeah. One of them, J. Edgar Hoover, was in.
It's weird to me that I feel like we are in a society where we know about a lot of white things just because we're in that society. It's weird to me that I could name a bunch of black frats and sororities, but I couldn't name one. Like, even the ones that you're saying, seems like you think I should know.
No. I'm not saying you should know. I'm just saying that me and Charlie can have an inside joke on it right now. The truth is about the white fraternities and sororities is just put together any three Greek letters, and it's one of them. They got a Z into them things.
It's true.
Can you name one, Charlie?
One of these ones, the ones, but
no, just any white fraternity. I just want to see if it sounds familiar to me.
Sigma Nu, Kappa Sigma. You can just flip around, Beta Theta Pi.
I saw Revenge of the Nerds. That's my only white fraternity.
See, this is how you know that being a football player was what was up. Because at Carolina, the black people knew a couple of them fraternities because they would be having parties that was worth going to. But the party was wherever Domonique Foxworth went.
Nah, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't the white frats. That's for sure. Not in Maryland, the D.C. area. It was, football parties are pretty good. And we was in D.C., so people would just go downtown to, like, real clubs. It's a real city. It's not a college town.
Fair.
All right, so Bill stuff. Okay, we'll pass it.
No. Here's what I say, though. I think I thought your resolution was going to be a little bit harder, which is two choices. Go to the Super Bowl or get a new coach.
Yeah. Oh, that's a better one. What do you think of the McDermott thing? Guys, because that's kind of sort of been lurking. He was almost fired 2 years ago.
He was almost fired 2 years ago, and my buddy Nick makes the point: no quarterback coach has been together this long without getting to a Super Bowl.
It's like about 5 years, right?
Remember his 9/11 story?
Yes, I
forgot about that piece.
Forget that.
Yeah,
I will never forget that.
Next one, Charlie. Next one, please.
Dolphins, go get your dream person. Trade for Lamar. Do whatever it takes. Get him down to Miami.
Buddy. Look, I'm going to be honest with you about this. Because, all right, I want to say first, I'm inclined to believe everything Mike Preston has written because you do not write that unless you know, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I saw somebody try to make a point online that Preston wrote the same thing about Ray Lewis in 05. I read what he wrote about Ray Lewis in 05. He did not write this. This was not the same thing. All I know is this. Some people don't need to go back home. I don't know if Lamar Jackson is one of those people. Some places you don't need to go back to if you're trying to get some work done. And I can tell you that Miami is not that place.
Yeah. I think you imagine an offense with Mike McDaniel and Lamar Jackson's being pretty fun, but they still got that contract on the books, right? They still got that Tua contract on the books. So, like, I don't know how they're going to make that all come together. I guess it'll be fun and interesting, but I don't know. It's also like, I believe that I hate to like give organizations more credit than players, but it matters a lot in football, a lot more than it does in other sports. Stable organizations matter, and leaving the Ravens, we'll see. We'll see. Going to Miami, if you're going to leave the Ravens, you better go somewhere that they also got it figured out.
Hey, Domonique, are you surprised that they ain't never called Ray Lewis in and just have a talk with that boy?
Yeah, I'm sure they have. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the talks don't land with everybody, man. They don't land with everybody. So, they have. I told, I rode next to Ray on the Amtrak a few months ago, and we had a whole big conversation about the things that are going on there and outside of there. And it ain't how it used to be, which is always the case everywhere. It ain't how it used to be. Some of it's better, some of it's not better. I'll call you after we're done.
Well, we should get to the Ravens. We'll pivot to the AFC North now from the Dolphins, which is their New Year's resolution is find their identity. Are you really going to trade Lamar and go in with Harbaugh? Is Harbaugh really going to be back? Or are you going to give it to Lamar? Like that, their franchise is at a crossroads, and I think that's really interesting because this is one of the 10 best quarterbacks we've ever seen. Somebody who's won 2 MVPs. Someone who people get mad when you say this, but he's had a really unique career for like one of the best quarterbacks ever, in the sense that every single year that he plays the whole year, their offense is top 5 in every single advanced statistic. But he had his unanimous MVP year. He had a couple years that were less spectacular. Then the last 2 years were all timers. And so it's like it's not a roller coaster because he's consistently great, but it hasn't also been just like a linear path towards greatness for him. So I think it's going to be really interesting which way they go with this team, because of what was written about him with the press and stuff. It seems like they could be the first team that actually gets off one of these franchise quarterbacks when they're 30, when they're on a Hall of Fame track.
Yeah, it's a self-imposed, crossroad, which I guess maybe I don't know. It feels like you're framing it as a decision between Lamar and Harbaugh, a decision that it don't really have to make unless there's a lot more going on than we know about. So like there's no reason not to keep them together and keep it going. To me, like I get that they haven't gotten over the hump, but again, and I feel like people who watch my show regularly recognize now that I'm a little bit more conservative, I think, than a lot of people who watch this stuff. It's like I don't like the prospects of what else is out there when you got something pretty good. And of course, there's plenty of criticism for Harbaugh, but there's a lot of really coaches too. And the thing I say about them that's been impressive is he's been able to change the look of this team a number of different times and still find a way to have success. And he also has taken the team to and won a Super Bowl.
Real quick though, this is the same thing about McDermott and Allen. I mean, it's not the winning is taking a team and winning a Super Bowl, but just like the sustained success type of thing that hasn't gotten over the hump.
Yeah, well, when Harbaugh has a speech leak that is celebrating the resolve of some unsavory characters, then we can talk about it.
Yeah, I got news for you. If you got to pick one, this isn't even like a decision.
Of course not.
Right? Like, I don't know. You think it'd be easier to find a new Lamborghini or somebody who would like to drive a Lamborghini? I think you're going to keep the Lamborghini. Now, is that a terrible signal to send? One could make the argument. Are the Ravens going to get out from under their Hall of Fame quarterback? Not unless everybody turns stupid all at the same time, right? Let us not forget, just like Sean McDermott almost lost his job, Harbaugh almost lost his job until Lamar saved it. So, like, look, it's a loser leaves town match on Sunday. I think we all agree. I mean, maybe not with Tomlin, right? But if Harbaugh loses that game, I feel pretty confident that he's not going to be the coach anymore.
And this was because we can transition into the Steelers with this too about this game. Is that was reported this morning. We're taping this on Tuesday, December 30th. There was the Athletic report that there's a chance that Mike Tomlin will be doing TV next year and take a year to look at the landscape and then decide where he wants to coach if it ends up breaking bad with.
Hey, I got bad news for people, by the way. I have no reason to think he'll be any good at TV.
I have no idea.
He's not fun, right? He just don't never really say the wrong thing. But like, hey, they gonna be asking Mike Tomlin to do ridiculous things that he don't want to do. Like when they shoot the sizzle reel for like, man, you mind, dancing a little bit? What'd you say? Just a little shimmy. You give him a little shimmy.
The thing about Tomlin for TV is, I'm sure you guys all saw that tweet that went viral earlier this year when they had lost a couple games in a row, and they're like, Mike Tomlin's gonna go to the press conference and be like, we never eat soup with a fork, and then he's going to sign a 2018 All-Pro, and then they actually signed Adam Thielen to their practice squad a couple days later. Is that he is the king of the like analogy that sounds good and doesn't totally make sense, which is perfect for that. Like you have 25 seconds to get your take in on a pregame show. If you can say like this defense is going to heat him up hotter than two rats in a wool sock, like you're perfect. Yeah. You're perfect for that desk.
I tell you this though, Tony Dungy, watch your back because Mike Tomlin is tailor-made for that NBC Sports broadcast.
He would be perfect, yeah.
And Tony Dungy already checks every box that Mike Tomlin would be providing for them.
They already phased my man Rodney all the way out of the.
Tony B. with him.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe that's the one that need to watch out. Is old Rodney Harrison.
They got Rodney out there. He don't be wearing suits no more. They got Rodney in street clothes on the sideline. I like Rodney, man.
That's hilarious. I mean, that you know how I feel about the FaceTime calls, the staged FaceTime calls. It annoys me every single week. So let's look up at Chris Sims' nose hairs as he pretends to FaceTime a quarterback who just won. So with the Steelers though, with this one, do you think my resolution would be just new year, new me? They have to get out of the wilderness with the quarterback stuff. And
how you gonna do that, Charlie?
Yeah.
Malik Willis.
Like, I don't think they did this on purpose.
Yeah.
Right? Like they are the Jets. They've been the Jets for all these years. And they looked up and be like, well, there's just nobody for us to go get. The one time they tried, they went and got Kenny Pickett.
What if they bottomed out? Trade Tomlin for picks.
Their
defense is old.
Their defense is old, and they might bottom out because they don't have a choice.
Because if they don't have Tomlin, they could bottom out because he's like a guaranteed way to get to 9-8 or 10-7.
This is the New Year's resolution that doesn't have a plan. It's like, I want to make $1 million next year. Don't everybody? How? Find a quarterback. We all looking for quarterbacks.
We established that this concept came up an hour before the show.
Right. Like the New Year's resolution is like, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to dedicate myself to fitness. Charlie, on the other hand, is like, this year, I'm going to do a 720 dunk.
I thought you were going to say Ozempic.
I
was going to cheat to the front of the line. Actually, that's a great message. People need to keep using it. But I felt bad. Let's go to the Bengals one, the poverty franchise, and again, just be better for the love of God. Be better, draft better, and I mean, Dominique, you have one for the Bengals because they've actually drafted a lot of defensive talent in the last 4 drafts, trying to address it, and I think you have a solution for this one.
Well, I mean, I think the solution is to hire Brian Flores, make him your head coach. You got a quarterback who will not be broken by a little bit of tough talk, and you got a defense that is full of highly drafted players who haven't produced, and a guy who seems to not be able to produce a bad defense. Like, you get a lot better, and they also probably should invest in some scouting staff. That would help too. Go ahead and do that.
Dominic, what is Brian Flores demonstrated himself to be good at?
Coaching defense?
No. Yeah, coaching defense. So maybe the Bengals should ask him to come coach the defense.
That's fair point. Fair point.
Personally I would not hire that man to be the head coach under any circumstance myself. I just don't know. No, like the Dolphins thing is interesting because did he get fired for winning too many games? I mean, certainly that is the point that I think that he is trying to argue in court, and there is a fair argument to it. He's also the dude that when Kenny Stills is at practice, playing all the Jay-Z songs and all of that stuff, right? He seems to just not be good with the people things, and I don't want a head coach that's bad with people.
Is it possible that he could get better? Because you hear like the defensive players in Minnesota like him.
I believe he can do it for the defense.
Right.
Like what it takes to be an offensive coordinator translates very well to being a head coach. What it takes to be a defensive coordinator translates very well to like being a criminal, perhaps, right?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, criminal's not the right way to put it, but you understand what I'm saying, right? Like,
I mean, I don't know if I agree with you because I think I guess I don't know what you think it takes to make a good offensive coach because, like, the defensive side, I assume that you're talking about the mean streak aggressiveness that requires me. Yeah. I mean, it seems like you can still have maybe the Houston Texans. You can still have a good team with a coach who brings that attitude to the team. Like, football is still football.
That is true.
Football is doing criminal between the white lines. Like, that's what football is.
All I'm going to say is this. I bet if you go ask people, hey, what'd you think about D'Amico? And then go ask people, hey, what'd you think about Flores, right? People that know him, they're not the same person. Though I do agree with you on that, right? But I feel like Brian Flores is a great guy to be the foreman, right?
Okay.
To work the floor. But I don't know if I need him on the P&L, but no, because that gives an impression I'm trying to imply he can't do math. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, let him go be a jerk working with your defense.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want him to be a jerk working with your team.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of jerks running football teams. Like Bill Belichick had a pretty decent run.
Yeah, it ain't not one of his underlings proven himself to be anything.
Yeah, they all stink.
They all stink. And you know why? Because they all think they can act like Bill Belichick.
True.
By the way, Bill Belichick ain't been good at that for like 4 years.
I mean, I think the 20 before that gives me a little bit of leeway to say that the man knows.
Fair. Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah, and I think there's some other things in the sauce right now that might be impacted.
Yeah, you know what ain't in the sauce no more? Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's fair. That's not in there. Them defenses was good though.
He went to the playoffs with Mac Jones, with Matt Corkle.
Yeah,
they won. They missed the playoffs with Castle.
Yeah, they won 11 games, though. Didn't they go 11-5, missed the playoffs?
They won Super Bowls with Tom Brady out there being a manager.
That is true.
Yeah.
Fine, go hire Bill Belichick. What you keep talking about Flores for? Go hire Bill Belichick.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, man.
God. First of all, when Mike Brown offers Bill Belichick to coach that job for a robust $15.75 an hour, and that'll be hilarious. Jordan ain't moving to Cincinnati for that kind of money.
No.
Also, yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from Jordan Hudson. The Cleveland Browns. This is my New Year's resolution for them. And I think this one is really interesting, and I want to hear what because there's two ways. Again, you can split the path on this. But let's say Myles Garrett gets a sack record this week. He's been the best defensive player in your franchise history. He's right there with Jim Brown, probably as the best players in your franchise history. But he'll be on the wrong side of 30. You paid him, and you aren't close. You've drafted incredibly well last year. You got a handful, maybe 6 starters from that draft. But is there a world where you say, hey, Myles, it's us, it's not you. We're going to trade you for 3 first-round picks, and you'll still have broken the sack record in our uniform. You're Hall of Famer for us, but we're just not that close. And you could have a monster price and reset. Or the other situation is you look at teams like the Texans, you look at teams like the Patriots that turned it around quickly. You have an elite defense. You found a lot of guys on this. You hope you're drafting one of these guys at Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza, and it can turn around really quickly the way it did for some other teams.
You know who had this exact same idea last year? Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. That's who had this idea last year. And they were like, how about we just give you some money? And he was like, yeah, okay. You know, like, I thought you were going to go in a different direction on this.
Ooh.
And I think Domonique has to look at his eye like I think he was thinking in a similar direction, which is we're talking about how there ain't really no quarterback in this draft, right? Let it ride with Shador. I mean, he hasn't been good. We try to talk ourselves into it as much as we can. Every advanced metric indicates that he has been maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL this year. When I've seen him, he has not looked like the worst quarterback in the league, but there are numbers to indicate that fact. However, I'm just not sure you passed Fernando Mendoza off on the Cleveland faithful. Just not sure.
I mean, no, this is a compelling thing. Like, he has looked the part at certain points, and other points, he's held the ball too long or floated passes.
Handle media largely well, and they be trying him too, boy. They be trying to get him. But I love it when they try to get him. He don't try to act like that's not what's happening. He's like, oh, there you go. You thought you was going to get me, huh?
It's normally an easy question. Do you get a quarterback or not? It's like, do we have one? No, we draft one. Like the times when it's like surprising, you think about like the Packers and they made the right move. You think about the Kyler Murray thing. And I mean, you could argue that they didn't make the wrong move. Maybe they're off Kyler now, but they did make the wrong move. The interesting thing about this is I think it's pretty clear that they don't have that quarterback of the future, but I also wouldn't be like, hey, hurry up and get someone else. Like the thing that Charlie put on the table, I would be more interested in that from the other team's perspective. Like, who needs to go get him? And if the price was right, of course I would move on from him, but the price would have to be right because it automatically, we saw what we saw what Micah Parsons did for the Packers. Myles Garrett's better than Micah Parsons, guys. He always has been. You put him on a team. I don't know what team it would be, but any of them.
Do the Detroit Lions have some first round picks? That they
Ding,
can
ding,
spare?
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that's your guys. The
Hey, man, let me tell you
Blue.
something. You get Myles Garrett and that boy Hutch on opposite sides, man. We ain't giving them no points. Now, the Lions' problem is, when do they decide they need a quarterback? And I don't know when exactly you do, because they got good enough Jared, good enough golf. We got him.
Do you feel any responsibility for what's happened in Detroit this year, Bomani? That you've brought the Falcons narcotic to Detroit?
They're the Lions. What are you talking about?
It was all going well.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's get something straight. First of all, I got there before they got to the NFC Championship game. Yeah. You know who goes to the NFC Championship game every now and then? The Falcons. I think that you need to be attributing this uptick to my presence. If my presence was they're the Lions. What are you talking about? I once watched them go 0-16.
Oh. It was them back then. It wasn't we. It was them.
It definitely was them. I wasn't rooting for them at the time.
Now it's we. Now we missed the playoffs.
Yeah, we did. And by the way, it's been tough, okay? Yeah. It's not been an easy year. But what we not about to have is you, Commandos fan, back to being losers like they always were, blaming this on me.
Charlie's gonna try to 8 Mile it. This is what he always does.
I want to say thank you, because your presence on the Detroit bandwagon led to my greatest sporting accomplishment of watching Jaden Daniels demolish the Honolulu Blue in the divisional round.
Forgive me, because I roll with a squad full of go-hards, and every now and then some people get hurt, and they not able to play, all right?
Too much grit.
How the Commandos do this year, brother?
Ooh, you guys not healthy.
It's a tough time. We're not going to address this. We're going to keep this in-house in the locker room.
Yeah, this maybe wouldn't have happened if you hadn't embarrassed yourself on the airplane, prostrating yourself before Jaden Daniels. How about that?
It's true.
I appreciate how you got to go in and out of mute like it's doing something. We still hear your wild beasts out there barking. Like we can still hear them yapping.
We do. But let's talk about you bringing that Vanderbilt energy to Jaden Daniels, and they ain't been the same since.
And for the record, as we go with this, I did accidentally put the Vanderbilt onto Jaden Daniels, and I apologize to the Commanders fan base.
That's what I thought.
All right, so next, this is just the Browns. Okay, let's move to the Jaguars as I continue in shame after my dogs bailed me out of getting exposed for the fact that I am the loser in this group. So thank you to my two sons who barked their way through that. Jaguars. This year has been a revelation for you guys. The coach, the offensive genius, it's resuscitated Trevor Lawrence. You traded for Jacoby Myers, which might have actually been the most important trade of this NFL season now that Micah Parsons is injured. You invested draft capital in Brian Thomas Jr. Parker Washington is broken out as like a yak guy. DB is now your biggest need. And here's my resolution. Tell Travis Hunter he is a defensive back. It's time. You're playing one side of the ball. This is the experiment was fun, but you got to get something out of the number 2 pick.
The experience was stupid. The trade was stupid, and you can't do anything to fix it. So go ahead and let him be the all-pro corner that he was born to be.
Can't disagree with that. However, before we get to the New Year's resolution, their New Year's resolution should be take advantage of this opportunity right now. I don't give a damn about Travis Hunter or anything else in the future. It feels as though this year's up for the taking. They got a defense that can stop the run, a pass rush. I know they need some help in the secondary, but they got an offense that runs the ball well and a quarterback that, not last week, but every other week recently has been playing as good as anyone in football. So, worry about that.
He wasn't terrible last week.
I know he wasn't terrible last week, but I just mean he was absurd. Mm-hmm. And he just had some red zone turnovers last week. He moved the ball, but he was absurd the weeks prior to that. And he still has some incredible passes in the Colts game, but they got a real chance. You talking about next year for them. They're not in this next year conversation with everybody else. Next year, some of these teams might be back and they may not be in the same position.
I don't know though. Is it Is it possible this is just what their offense is going to be now? Like if Trevor Lawrence actually just does work with Liam Cohen, who like appears to be a really good coach because the Bucs offense looked more organized with Liam Cohen than it did with Canales, or
It's possible. You know what is also possible?
Fluke?
Trevor Lawrence could be who we thought he was.
Yeah, and I'm profiling, but that man seemed like such a dork.
But
it's tough, but he's obviously somebody's done something right. You know what I mean? Like it's obvious somebody knows something. It's just hard to believe it's him.
A lot of good coaches, real bad press conferences.
That's true.
They start out rocky, but it seems like he's got the offense rolling. We'll see what happens.
Or he could be Nick Sirianni.
I'll text you what I told Domonique, the rumors I heard about Liam Cohen.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a text message that he's still writing. Oh. Hey.
It was worth the wait.
Whoo, buddy, I didn't no way I saw that coming.
Moving on, Charlie.
I told you. Gonna be a different way of you're looking at Liam Cohen. Now we're moving on.
Yeah, the surprise isn't the part about him.
It's a good point. All right, we're moving on to the Colts.
Hold on, this also requires a distinction I'm gonna ask but go ahead, talk about the Colts.
I think it's yeah.
Good question. I don't know.
Okay, keep going. Moving on.
The Colts do whatever it takes to bring in Malik Willis. He's a perfect pick for Shane Steichen as a faster Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, can't disagree with that, but I think there probably is going to be more competition for Malik Willis than you anticipate.
Or hear me out.
Oh, you got to say it.
Just say it. What if the answer to your problems is already in the building?
Charlie finally gave up on it. Don't get him back on.
Hold on. All I'm saying is this. If Malik Willis can pull it together, I don't really understand why Anthony Richardson can't.
It is a good point. Malik Willis, when he looked like the worst quarterback we had ever seen in Tennessee.
He did.
Like, genuinely.
He did. And he's been great. Like, this is the second straight year that he's come in. He's what used to have all of these. They don't have anymore, like the capable backup quarterback. Maybe he just needs to stay as a backup quarterback. I'm not exactly sure. But if you could get him for the cheap, and then, like, that's how you insulate Anthony Richardson. Get him a black. I don't know who gets to be the quarter black, who get to be the black up, but the two of them can help the other buy some time and say two careers at one time.
I had to explain to somebody that the black up is not just a black backup quarterback. In order to be a black up, the starter must also be black.
Yes.
Like the point is we're trying to avoid the racism of the fan base.
That is correct.
For those who don't know this is a known thing in NFL circles is if your starting quarterback is black, you must have a black backup. Otherwise, the fan base will get upset when your starter's not playing well and automatically assume that the backup who's white will do things better. If you have a black backup, they're like, oh, okay.
That's right.
So every rule has an exception. Was Baltimore the exception this year when they put in Cooper Rush at first?
That was actually the first sign of trouble.
Interesting.
Nobody liked that. Nobody liked that decision. No one in the building liked that decision. No one around the team liked that decision. We all were confused.
But that's what I mean. Like, it wasn't, there was, anyway.
No, that was, I remember the beginning of the season, I was saying that this felt like a sign, because Bomani and I've had these conversations many a times that there's been a progress in the way that the black quarterback is viewed and the way that he's treated. And so at the beginning of the season, I noticed that Cooper Rush was the backup. And I was like, are we crossing another landmark? Like, is Lamar Jackson being the pioneer that's so damn good, coming off of 2 damn near perfect seasons? He's so damn good that he could even have a white man behind him. And we learned that it's just we ain't ready for it yet.
Nah. That's how you know, really. That's how you know they serious about the white dude. When they bring the black dude to come in behind them, that's when, you know, look, that when Jordan Love's backup was whoever that white dude was, they was doing a lot more talking about the backup than was Malik Willis, who actually appears to be good, but nobody's like, hey, why don't we make him the starter? No.
What was that dude's name? He was the
not David Bluff. It was Tom something. He went to UConn. Remember, he wasn't even good in college. People got themselves real hyped up about him. Tim Boyle. There we go.
There were the articles that were like, you got to see the spiral this guy's throws. Like,
the Malik Willis, I don't want to be the wet blanket. He's been awesome. Deep ball accuracy has been insane. He's been 7 for 8 for passes over 20 yards. Connecting him, the athleticism is elite, and it turns over situations that are dead. However, the 2 games this year are against teams that cannot rest the passer. We'll see a different version of him in the future against good defenses, but he's been great. Like, time has been great. The arm strength and athleticism and anticipation, like all the things that you want to see from a quarterback are good. I think the question is, because he's going to be a true free agent and the market for quarterbacks is always inflated, who is going to come? Because I guess so many teams are going to want him. He's going to have some leverage. I don't know what they're going to pay him. I assume they're going to go with like a Sam Darnold, Geno Smith type of deal. They're not going to go for a long-term big deal, but we'll see how it works out. Which team makes the run at him? I mean, if I were him, I'd be calling Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, that would be. Would that test your theory? Would they be ready for a white backup if it's JJ McCarthy?
Nope.
That's how you insulate him. You go put Malik Willis behind him.
You said test my theory?
The theory.
It's not my theory.
No, that's how you show JJ McCarthy that you care.
It's like we're gonna inflate the opinion of you, 9.
All right.
God.
So this is hilarious. It's like whoever drafts Mendoza also has to draft Pavia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
that'll just leave your fans confused.
I've thought about that. It's like Pavia just destined to be Jackson Dart's backup.
Oh,
let me tell you, Pavia and Mendoza, have they started shooting that Modelo commercial yet?
Oh, they can't wait.
That's hilarious. Next one. I think this one, and we'll buzz through a lot of these faster, right. But Titans. Your resolution, find an offensive genius to work with Cam Ward. Like, I mean, by genius, that's a loose term, but like Kellen Moore, Shane Steichen, Mike McDaniel, one of these guys, anyone, just find someone who is like this, an offensive coach around this guy that clearly has freakish talent, that we see the throws that get dropped every single week. And we've seen how quickly it can get turned around with an offensive guy. I know this hurts your soul, Domonique, because they don't just like grow on trees, but there will be people who want to coach him.
You just named
a lot of guys who have jobs.
Like, find an offensive genius.
Call Sean McVay. Call Kyle Shanahan. Give me something. Not to get them, to get someone on their staff.
You want them to tell you who the guy is. Yeah, I would say that's a good idea. Do that, please. Again, we back at, I'm going to make $1 million next year.
I think that might be the most
do you hire Brian Flores and make Mike McDaniel his offensive coordinator?
Ooh. Or hire Mike McDaniel, make Brian Flores offensive coordinator?
Because I will say this, Cam Ward got that dog in him. Like, maybe he and Brian Flores could be kindred spirits.
I like it. He said, we
the all-time quote, if we keep it in a buck, we
And you think that
so
Mendoza says all the right things.
He was so sad playing with those. Like, the Brian Callahan era was breaking his spirit. This is a 0-star recruit, and he was beaten down after like 3 weeks.
All right, next one. We're going to move through. We're going to buzz through a bunch of these faster. Texans, draft offensive linemen. Invest in them, whatever you got to do.
Agreed.
Running game.
Yeah, nothing to discuss there. Yeah,
okay,
I mean, also, I wouldn't hate it if they got more crazy people on defense because I love watching that defense play.
Are they making more Azeez Al-Shairs?
Find them.
Find them?
Yeah.
Well, the problem with that is those Al-Shairs going to miss 2-3 games a year for doing something reckless.
That's why you need 2.
No, you can't have 2 of them. You can only have 1.
Is that why? That's why CJGJ couldn't stay.
That's
they
the
had
rules.
to get him up out of there.
You can't have 2 of them. You can only have 1. You have 2 of them, they can start hanging out together.
All right, Charlie, what's next, man?
The Raiders. They have over $100 million of cap space. If you draft a quarterback, they're going to draft a quarterback. They have the first pick in the draft. Again, spend every dollar of that $100 million on your offensive line so that you give the quarterback a chance and you don't waste Ashton Genty, who you picked.
Yeah, whatever they do, it ain't going to work. So
Yep.
Yep.
Chargers, just stay healthy.
Hey, and see what you can. I mean, Trey Lance is the you need a quarterback, but you don't want to pay a lot for that muffler. Yeah. Somebody's. I think somebody. Trey Lance with a couple years under Harbaugh.
Might be. Thing is, if it ain't work with Shanahan, people give up on you.
Yeah, but that was young, and I'm not. Yeah. Shanahan, he like him frumpy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, ain't everybody ready for a bad one? He not. He be asking bad ones to do way too much. He like a frump.
All right, Charlie.
That's amazing. All right. Chiefs. This one's just for Travis Kelce. Become a stay-at-home husband, much to Harrison Butker's dismay.
Yeah. Well played.
Yeah. Moving on. I like it.
Broncos. This is going to be a January resolution because we don't know yet. We need to see what happens in the postseason to see if they need to make major changes at an important position.
Dude, it's none of us believe. None of us believe. A lot of people believe, but none of us do.
I try to believe, man. I be trying to believe.
He had that one game.
He did. It was awesome, man. I be trying to believe. It's that year. He's in the category with the Jags. Like, hey, this your year. Don't miss it.
Yeah.
Next one. We are moving to the NFC. The Giants hold the second pick hostage from the Jets and make them pony up to get a quarterback.
Hold on. We only halfway done?
That's right.
All right. What's next?
The Commanders regress in the other direction.
Yeah, because that's how regressing works.
There's positive regressions. There's a mean for the reason.
There you go.
I will say that this one's actually sort of interesting just because, like, what do you think about the long-term viability of Jaden Daniels as a lover of the skinny man, Bomani?
Hey, man, it's just how healthy can he stay is the question. I don't have a great answer for that one.
Yeah. And it's one of those questions that it don't matter. It don't make sense to even ask or consider. Like, are you going to do something differently?
He's their guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Pray.
There's just so much tension in like what they're going to be because it's like you have to bank on the future of someone you know is good enough to be a top of the league player who showed that instantly, and like the traits that he has are built for efficiency. Like being
who's the last quarterback they signed to an extension?
Jason Campbell. Who knows?
Because like the Bucs, if we're counting what they did with Baker Mayfield extension as an extension, that was the first time they had ever done it.
Oh no, I think Jaden Daniels is going to be there for the long time. I think it's just like it's a tension point because it's such an old team and the team needs to play the long game.
I'm just telling you, there's a good chance. Who knows? But they have not. I can't remember the last quarterback that they wound up keeping long enough to extend. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't mean.
Yeah,
I have no idea. But it's just this one is
coach shopping real soon.
Yeah. It just feels like they messed up their window by going all in with this, the way that they did. Not going all in, but the way that they did it with these like old vets, and then it's led to them already having like hard decisions to make, despite the fact you have like the most valuable thing in the league, which is someone who's on a rookie contract who, if he's healthy, can play it like best in the world, for a month at a time. Eagles, fix your offense so we can stop talking about it.
Nope. Moving on. We can't have a conversation about this.
It'll take an hour and a half.
Yeah. Moving on.
It'll take an hour and a half.
Do that.
The best, least regarded coach of all time.
Oh, Nick Sirianni?
Oh my God. Yes.
He's got some Dan Campbell in him, just with worse PR.
Explain.
Just because like all of the things that Dan Campbell does that we think are lovable, Nick Sirianni does, and we think are annoying. Like even him running off the field last week when AJ Brown was just rolling his eyes, staring at him. Like in a world, if he was cool, we would regard that the way that we think the Dan Campbell grit stuff is awesome. But it's not just what you say; it's how you say it.
Dan Campbell wasn't going to be doing that after y'all had 5 passing yards in the second half.
0 passing yards in the second half.
My fault. It ain't that would not have happened.
It was the second time they've won this year with 0 passing yards in the second half.
Show me the time when Dan Campbell was acting like that after a regular season. Like that's not Dan Campbell. He'll go for it on 4th down. He'll do tough but he don't talk tough.
Right.
Dan
And he's
Campbell, the same one that was like, we may never make it back. Like,
right. And he's also never gotten into like an argument with a fan in the crowd like that because
Yeah.
that fan would have run away.
Well,
I know I would have.
Maybe I phrased this backwards. We thought when Dan Campbell did his introductory press conference about biting kneecaps, we thought he would behave like Nick
Right. And Nick Sirianni has actually been the guy we thought he was after his disastrous introductory press conference, except for the go to the 2 Super Bowls part.
Yep. And win one and have
I
one of the
think
best
you
teams
got-
we've seen
you
in
got-
a decade.
You got confused because these two cars was both playing loud music, but they different songs. And you thought that they was the same.
All right, Cowboys. Jerry Jones, just make it to 2027 alive. That should be your New Year's resolution.
What's next?
Wow. Just keep going, man.
Yeah. Just keep
Panthers, pick up Bryce Young's option, but don't extend him.
Ooh. I mean, you can do that if you want.
What's the other option? Just go hit this.
Just wind up having to pay him a little earlier than you might have wanted to otherwise.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say move on.
Well, I mean, I don't think you can move on immediately, but look, I don't think it's a future in the little homie, personally. But I also don't know like where they're supposed to get another one.
Yeah, the little homies are hard to find. Big homies even harder to find.
I once was doing my show with Mina, and she said it stuck with her forever. My line about Bryce Young was when he was really bad. I was like, the little homie doing the best he can. That's all I had.
The thing about where I would lean towards Bomani is that I'm second guessing myself because I think I agree with you at first, Charlie, about picking up his option and maybe you figure out extension later. One thing that I hate, and this happens with the franchise tag, and it also happens with the 5th-year option, is being in the position where you got to root against your own player. Because, like, what you want is for him to ball out in the 5th-year option, and then you're going to end up paying him Dak Prescott money. And if you think that he got it, go ahead and sign him now to one of those, like, mid-tier quarterback extensions that I think he would happily sign right now. Then put yourself in a situation where you're trying to maximize his ability, but also thinking, damn, then we got to give him an NBA max deal.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot to be in. So if you want him, sign him for 2-3 years or sign him for 3 years with an out after 2 or something. But this 5th-year option is just to buy you time to negotiate. It ain't.
So do you think this front office has to be like themselves right now? They're in a terrible position with this because he's as erratic of a quarterback. Like the tape people think that he's been really good at times. He can process really fast. Some of the stats in the 22 games since he's been back from being benched have been really good. But then you see stuff like last week. He had 54 yards on 24 attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times where he could just look totally overwhelmed.
Hey, let me tell you who ain't giving that no 5th-year option. David Tepper.
Just find the offensive genius. Just do that. Just pick up one.
They
of them.
did. They have the offensive genius.
Or Canales.
Yeah. The used to be nasty man. Canales is a good coach. I don't. They built up the interior offensive line. They drafted Tet. I mean, I guess you could give another pass catcher. Dowdle's run the ball well. Like that. Their defense is kind of fun to watch. Like they have I don't know. All right. The next one, Saints. This one's quick. Just make Tyler Shuck your franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I was about to say, do they have the guy? Because I didn't think his old going to be it, but
26.
Just maybe.
Yeah. I did a whole breakdown on him on Mina's show earlier today, but I'm really impressed with him. Like he's demonstrated that his floor is at least a starting level quarterback, and the offense is awesome. It's a well-designed offense with some playmakers. They need a few more, but we don't. I mean, that's the thing. The 26 thing is scary because, like, if he was a 22, 23, 24-year-old guy playing like this, then you're thinking, ooh, we got some growth potential. 26, he might still have some growth potential, but, like, it's a little bit less exciting. But they got a real starting quarterback, which is what everyone's looking for. It's
also interesting that, like, his issue coming out of college was actually being skittish and getting in the ball too quickly because of the broken leg, the collarbone injury, all the things that happened to him. He had 4 season-ending injuries from impact injuries, and him being actually, it wasn't like a processing like college quarterback first read type of thing, and him taking more time and like getting the ball, letting plays develop, getting
and he's
to
buying
Olave.
time
Like,
and creating stuff with athleticism.
He's super athletic.
Yeah.
And he's huge. So like, yeah, it's interesting that his game, he's one of those guys who translated better to the NFL than he did in his college stops. All right. Falcons, keep Terry Fontenot's phone away from him on draft night.
But you don't want another skill position player?
You can't have him draft for his fantasy team again.
That was nice of you to assume Terry Fontenot's still going to be there.
Keeping his job.
I
It's
mean,
not his fault.
Shout out to Bijan. He drafted Bijan, who I feel bad for you, Bijan, because we've been saying Bijan too long and we like the way it sounds, so we're just going to keep doing it. I'm glad you've made peace with it.
Can I tell you something about that, though? So he said that he calls himself Bijan and his mom said Bijan.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Because we were down at Falcons camp. Dominique's going to hate this. We were down at Falcons camp and Bijan came for an interview and it was Bijan. And he was like, my mom said it was Bijan, so I've like switched it because he's like, I've called myself Bijan my whole life.
Cool. Okay, we're gonna rock it out. He is maybe the most talented running back I have ever seen.
Yeah. But sadly, they don't have their first round pick because the Rams have it.
That is true.
Bijan. I mean, we're taping this after that Rams game. It was unbelievable. Also, like you have Saquon who said that he has like the best feet and he cuts better than anyone in the NFL. The run that it wasn't even the touchdown run. It was the one where he planted his left hand on the ground to cut as his feet slid out from under him. And then in one motion from going horizontally towards the sideline, cut up field and beat 8 defenders to the edge was unbelievable.
No, he looks like the best player on a high school team in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's one of those. That's how Derrick Henry looked last week, too.
Yeah. All right. Bucs. Find an offensive coordinator who can get Baker back to the Canales Liam Cohen level.
I mean, also just how about have Baker have use of both arms?
That'd be helpful.
Like that seemed to be the biggest issue with them is that their quarterback is really hurt. It's the non-throwing arms. So you just think it doesn't matter, but it do.
Yeah. He also needs support. He needs a running game. They out there treating him like he one of those quarterbacks. At least right now, they treat him like he one of them quarterbacks that is instant offense, and he ain't that.
He's a starting quarterback, not a franchise quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah. Next one, we're moving to the NFC North. Lions, don't overreact to your lost season.
Yeah.
Enjoy your fourth place schedule next year. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Generally speaking, yes. Like the golf question is going to come up, right? But you're not going to find another answer to that pretty soon. I mean, he's been there for 5 years now. It's been the same situation. But they look good this year. Like you go through overwhelm. The offense looked good for the most part. They had a couple of hiccups, given that they had to rebuild that interior offensive line. And by the way, they did not rebuild it; they just lost. Right? Frank Ragnow had one leg and tried to come play for them. That is still the wildest story of the year. This man had a 3rd-degree hamstring strain and was like, maybe I'll pass the physical. I don't know. Let's see. Gosh. But no, I did not. We learned their defensive coordinator, Shepard, is very good. And I don't know what exactly Dan's going to do next year on offensive coordinator because I don't think that Morton was doing a bad job necessarily, but he wasn't doing the job that Dan wanted. And Dan can chill out with some of the trick plays, man. We get it. You smarter than you look. You know what I mean? Like, we see.
It's interesting. They're going to have to – I was just looking at Goff's contract situation. His cap number this year is 32. Next year it goes up to damn near 70. And the year after that is 54. And then they have an out. So in order to, like, manage the cap, they're probably going to have to extend him to amortize that cost over the next few years. So, like, the Goff question's been answered. Unless you plan on taking a step back and being bad for a year, Goff your quarterback till he don't want to play no more, it would seem like.
No, they're going to keep doing like they did with Hendon Hooker, like throwing lotto tickets at maybe we can get somebody in the second round, right? You can find your version of Colin Kaepernick. That's what the 49ers did with him, right? They're like, look, we know this guy we got started ain't going to be it, right? I got this little project. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to go to the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's a smart way to do it. See if in a certain way, that's even what I know the Packers did that with Love, who was a first round pick, but he was a toolsy guy who they wanted to sit for a couple of years at the end of the first round. He wasn't one of those top 5, top 10 quarterbacks. The Bears, this is one that I think is most interesting. We are all late adopters to the Caleb Williams experience. We all had like significant doubts at certain points about what he was after he was last year. And now, like, I think it's one of the things that we text about the most, like every Sunday, like this guy's awesome. The offense is awesome with Ben Johnson. They have all these things, but they're still a run first team. New Year's resolution next year, open up the playbook for Caleb, Roma Dunze, Colson Loveland, who's graded out as like the best rookie pass catcher, and Luther Burden, who, Domonique, you know what you see with him. When you see Luther Burden and when you see that guy with that arm strength, it's a problem.
Cool it. That's all I would say to you.
I'm right there. I'm
Cool
all about run first, big play passing. I am.
Yeah.
I have.
Cool
let's
it.
just keep running the ball.
Don't open this up. Don't open nothing up. Tote that thing. Caleb looked like he just doing fine. They create explosive plays.
You can do both. A little balance. A tote and explode.
This is how Russell Wilson fell off. Y'all all like, that's the thing with the dorks. The dorks can't understand that. Like, I get it. The math says do more of that. I hear you, but the game say no.
Charlie knows it's become a show maxim. Some things you can't measure with stats. Toting that thing. Yeah, get out of here. We going to run that till you make a stop.
And the game is moving in that direction, man. These defenses getting little, right?
And the New Year's resolution need to be on the defensive side of the ball. Like,
yeah. Shout out to you, Big Brain Ben, by the way. I was a little worried about how this was going to go for you, but you guys are out kicking what you get. They're outplaying the overall talent that they have. Exactly. I think that is a fair point to make.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you think so? Outplaying the talent? I think they're really talented.
Defense,
I just think that they're, Oh, the defense. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, everybody seemed to love Al Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You remember when Green Bay had Al Harris, then Mike McKenzie? They used to give the same dude number 31 and the same dreadlocks, and it would always be too long. It would go over the name, so you couldn't remember which one was which. But they would stay out there with a bunch of fraggles playing defense, and you ain't know who the hell anybody was.
Oh, God.
They were like, we can't find no barber in Green Bay. I'll take care of this myself.
So my next one's the Vikings, and I can't have another team that just tells you that I need to tell you to just sign the quarterback.
You guys are really out on him, huh?
So what I'm going to say is just get Justin Jefferson a present every week, some flowers, make sure he knows that he's important.
I ain't never seen nobody give up on no white man at quarterback the way that people are giving up on J.J. McCarthy. Like, I've seen him give up on brothers many times under these circumstances, right?
Josh Rosen.
That is, he is the one, right? He is the one. And by the way, when they gave up on him, he was like, cool, I'll just go do something else, man.
Yeah, man, at Wharton.
I've been rich. You know what I'm saying?
So you're, I mean, I guess, is that a bet on KOC, or are you in on McCarthy that he's going to figure this out?
What I've watched, it's been like those pull it together in the fourth quarter games with him. Yeah. I just can't believe that I've ever seen any people so roundly down on a first round pick in this way. I've never, like, it seems coming from when O'Connell was talking about how basically, what was he tired of hearing about? Oh yeah, how he didn't run no 40-yard dash. They are sick of him. He just got there. He was hurt last year. Wasn't nobody even around him.
Well, that's part of it too, of why people are out on him, because he's now had confirmed 2, thought of 3 knee surgeries, going back to his time at the college football playoff in Michigan. He's now had concussion, hand injury, ankle injury.
Yeah, but
he doesn't play.
They just don't like him. Like, it is very clear that they do not like when O'Connell said that about, that 40-yard dash that he loves to say he didn't run. That was the way that people at Duke talked about Austin Rivers.
Yeah. Well, when you turn Justin Jefferson into Romeo Dobbs, it might sour the locker room.
Fair. Justin Jefferson seems sick of him too.
There was the quote about like KOC being like, don't do the gritty into the end zone.
Yes.
So you know what I did? Did the gritty into the end zone.
Couldn't help it.
I mean, he is hilarious. Like, objectively for us,
when you tell me not to do it, that means I got to do it even more.
Coaches love that from their mid-performing quarterback.
The dude, like, before that Lions fan sat at a backwards folding table, like, that J.J. McCarthy meme was going to be the funniest thing that happened in the NFL season in, like, decades.
Yes.
The Packers. Simple one. Get healthy. This wasn't your year, but 2026 can be. Like, they're good.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what posts ACL Michael Parsons is going to be.
You have concerns?
I mean, Dominique, you know more about these things than I do, so you tell me if I'm wrong, but his game is physical superiority.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think guys can come back and play off of ACL more quickly than they used to, but
yes.
You still it normally takes more than a year, like, to get all the way back to like full strength. Like, we see it with guys. I mean, I went through it, and plenty of other guys, like you see Keaton Mitchell comes to mind as someone who was explosive his first year, got the ACL, came back last year, but really hasn't been explosive again until this year. So like I get where Bomani's coming from. I think he gets back to it eventually, but
but I'm saying, let's say he degrades, call it 10% physically. Mm-hmm. How much does that 10% matter? Yeah, is the question. Yeah. That's all. Like, I'm not saying he won't be able to play or he won't be good, but is he going to be the menace that he has been?
Yeah.
I mean, there are stats that say even with the Myles Garrett season, the amount of pressures that he had on a per game basis, that he was like the best pass rusher in football this year.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think the chances are he probably will be back to that, but the fact that there's a question around it and it might be delayed is like probably worth putting up there for their run next year. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to go from being one of the best pass rushers in football history to being a bum, but he might merely be like not as explosive, which then changes everything around the defense and is.
Well, like Von Miller came back from the ACL tear and was excellent.
Yeah,
it's like a reasonable comp.
But I think, is it fair to say Von Miller's a little bit more skilled at this than Michael Parsons?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm asking.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily. I think honestly, both of them are like the best kid in the Pop Warner style. Is like what they do most effectively is just be faster and more explosive than anybody else. They're not technicians necessarily. Like, I'm sure they're capable of it, but everything that they do is built off the fact that they get around the edge faster than anybody else.
Did you see that clip of Von Miller talking about how he only actually has 4 sacks from the ghost move in his entire career? He's like, it became such a big deal because they look so sick where there's no hands. He's like, it's only worked 4 times. I've heard, I can't remember which defensive end was saying this. It was Byron Young was saying that he thought that having a bevy of pass rush moves was like sort of overrated. You need to have a couple that work. Mm-hmm. He's like, if you're a long arm guy and rip guy, whatever, swims, you just need a couple that work. And he thought that the technician thing was sort of like a dated way to look at these.
I mean, it's like playing in the post in basketball. Charles Barkley says 2 moves and 2 counters.
Yeah. It's interesting. All right. Quick one for the Rams. Resolution, keep Puka away from a microphone for the offseason.
Yeah, there's that one. And then there's also this one. You win a Super Bowl, you're probably going to lose your quarterback.
This is the real one. That's the second one I had. But yeah, it's succession time.
Yeah, and I don't know where they're getting it from. Like, they got lucky on this one that Stafford was available as he was. The trade that worked out for everybody. But, as he backdoors his way into the Hall of Fame, which is a discussion for another day.
Well, I mean, we could spend an hour on that because I've thought of you every single time that people have said that if he wins the Super Bowl this year, he's had a better career than Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, look, congratulations to Matt Stafford on his 3rd Pro Bowl season. I mean, these are in years where guys like Kirk Cousins were going to the Pro Bowl. And I'm not saying the Pro Bowl is the be-all, end-all. You're just not going to tell me that he was better for all those years in Detroit than he actually was. He was not.
He's probably a little.
And by the way, they weren't as. I mean, sorry you had to play with Calvin Johnson for those years, buddy. I know it was so tough.
The thing I will say is that I stopped using the Pro Bowl as a metric when it became like a complete joke a couple of years ago.
But that's because they let everybody in. And with them letting everybody in, Matthew Stafford only got in the club 3 times.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Vince Young made 2 Pro Bowls.
No matter how you slice it, he win another Super Bowl. He going up
in,
that
baby.
thing. Yeah.
He's getting in the Hall of Fame. He's getting in the Hall of Fame regardless, win or lose this Super Bowl.
We'll see, boy. It's gonna be hard. It's about to get real hard real soon. Go look at the list of finalists for this year. It's a tough Hall of Fame to get into.
It's just people like, and I'm higher on Stafford than you are about some of those years, but still, like, the people wanted to say if he won this year or won an MVP this year that his peak was higher than someone like Drew Brees. They're comparing him to Rodgers, things like that. And those guys are first ballot.
When was this peak? You talking about right now, where none of us have ever said
a late peak.
Where he's barely considered, this year's a little different, but we weren't calling him a top 5 MVP. Top 5 quarterback in this run. We weren't saying he was better than Mahomes. We weren't saying he was better than Josh Allen. We weren't saying he was better than Lamar Jackson, but we going to keep putting him in the Hall of Fame without ever thinking he's truly one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL, except for that 1 year.
His
career is much more comparable to Matt Ryan's.
His stats are almost identical. They're almost identical to Matt Ryan's.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan got sacked, though. Coughed up at the end of that Super Bowl.
But let me tell you what else Matt Ryan did. Matt Ryan, Domonique was there for it, resuscitated a moribund franchise. Well, Matt Stafford had to play for the Lions. Matt Ryan played for the Falcons.
And Kyle Shanahan was there, and maybe
Kyle Shanahan blew him, cost him a Super Bowl, too.
He also got him there.
He also blew it.
But I was saying that to say maybe the quarterback succession will be a little easier if we find out that McVay, which he did turn Jared Goff into something. We found out that McVay is just one of those guys.
So how about we start treating Matthew Stafford like he Jared Goff did?
Well,
Jared Goff, who's having more success with the Lions than Matthew Stafford ever did.
Yeah.
That's false equivalency, and you know it.
He does know it.
All I'm saying is that people really want to put Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame because of what his talent indicates. And I would argue that he was an underachiever for a good 15 years before he got to the Rams. And we're going to put him in the Hall of Fame for it.
He threw a no-look pass at the most important time of his career.
Good for him. Good for him. And
he can fire that pigskin.
That's the thing. No, that's the thing. He can... Here's how you know he really wasn't that guy in all that time. He can do all the Mahomes tricks, but we never talked about him being able to do all the Mahomes tricks because he wasn't good enough for it to matter.
He
can't argue with anything you're saying.
Number one overall pick, and nobody ever said maybe you might want to step it up a little bit, buddy.
However,
that's because he was so
he can
tough.
fire that pigskin.
Yeah. He can fire that and see that's.
And he's got a little farm in him. He's so tough.
Look,
broken back.
Charlie falling for this. I'm not terribly surprised by that, but you, my man, you.
I'm sorry. I'm not falling for it. I'm just having a good time.
Oh my God, I can't believe how fired up I got about it.
If there's one thing that you guys know, I will fall for anyone who can fire that pigskin. Whether it's Anthony Richardson.
The truth of the matter is,
like he can.
As I point out this stuff with you a lot, Bomani, is like I get older and things change. This is another thing that falls in that category. Is I was a lot more lenient with my Hall of Fame when the people was in there was not people that I watched playing. Now, keep them out, man. The way I feel about the guys that are getting in there now is like I don't know. I'll be looking for a reason to keep people out.
Dominique, I love that. Also, do you remember when I first was talking about Cam Ward last year?
Yes.
It was just the arm strength.
Yeah, I mean that's
no look passes.
That's how you talk about everybody. You get all lathered up about any quarterback that can fire the pigskin, bro.
Next one, 49ers. Live a healthier lifestyle so they can make it to another Super Bowl for Kyle Shanahan to choke away.
Wow, the New Year's resolution they have every year.
Yes.
I don't know if they have it. I think they don't give
the Purdy thing is fun. Remember how much the nerds hated him?
He's perfectly serviceable and a good time too. Good time to boot.
I like the dancing Purdy now that we got. He didn't seem completely comfortable. Yeah, it didn't seem completely comfortable when he was getting into his Dougie. I would like him to plan some celebrations going forward. That's my resolution for Purdy.
The next one, Seahawks. The same as the Broncos. We'll revisit this after the postseason.
You can be saying that about that. You're gonna be saying that about that dude every year till the day he dies.
Yeah, I'd rather be the Broncos.
And then the last one. We'll end it with this: the Cardinals. I don't know. Just start over, I guess.
They really don't like that little guy. That's the only explanation, man.
Yeah. Little homie, that's what we
him.
call him.
They don't like. Well, they said they don't think he's the homie.
Yeah, that's fair point.
They just like they might call Bryce Young the little homie. They just be talking about Kyler, be talking about his little.
He's gonna end up somewhere new real soon, and gonna give us about 8 incredible games. It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, man, that's
Mr.
one
October.
you get him with the right coordinator, and it could be a thing.
All right, stay right in the division. Go right over there and take from Matt Stafford once he leaves. Then it's over. All right, Bomani, we appreciate you joining us. Charlie, nice work. And shout out to your dogs who was acting wild the whole time. Thanks to all the great producers. We are out.
This is the Domonique Foxworth Show.